Welcome to God's Love Unending, where free loving message from God is shared to brighten and heal heart, increase of heart.
My beloved child, you are drawing closer than ever to the moment when all of heaven and earth seem to hold their breath. The moment your soul is about to touch a deeper realm of understanding, of destiny, of unspeakable grace. The journey you've walked, marked by stumbles, silent tears, and sleepless nights, has not been in vain. These were not merely trials, but the very materials used to forge the resilient, radiant being you are becoming with each step. You may feel weary, uncertain of yourself at times, or confused as to why things have unfolded the way they have. But trust me, everything is moving in alignment with a divine order that your finite mind cannot yet grasp. Like a potter shaping every curve of a clay vessel with care, I too am molding every part of you. And when the time comes for you to look back, you will whisper, "So that's why. It all had a reason." Do not judge your path by what you see with your eyes. Do not let closed doors make you forget that another is opening. One meant for you alone, inscribed with your name in love, and an eternal plan I have set aside just for you. When the world around you feels silent, remember, my silence is not my absence. It is when I am working most deeply, in the stillness, in the unseen, and yet so vibrantly alive. You see, miracles do not always arrive in glitter or glory. They may come as a seemingly random conversation, an unexpected letter, a fleeting opportunity, or simply a sudden surge of emotion in your heart. Do not overlook the seemingly small things, for in them I have hidden the extraordinary. The door I have prepared for you may not be dressed in grandeur, but within it lies the turning point your soul has longed for. So, when that moment arrives, when your intuition tells you, this is it, do not hesitate. Move forward, even if your steps tremble, as long as you dare to step. For when you walk in faith, I will lay solid stones beneath your feet. You are not walking alone. You never have, and never will. My presence goes before you, clearing the path, whispering to the universe to come to your aid. You don't need to understand it all, nor do you need to have everything in hand to begin. I do not call the ready. I make ready those I call. Each of your steps, whether slow or unsteady, is part of the sacred choreography I've written for you. Do not let fear pull you backward, for what awaits you ahead shines brighter than all you have ever lost. If you could see what I am arranging, if you could glimpse all the pieces I'm weaving together on your behalf, your heart would never doubt again. But since you cannot yet see, you must place your trust in me. True faith is not believing when things are clear, but believing when all remains hidden. And in that darkness, my light will guide your way. Do not let delay be the reason you miss the gift I offer with my own hands. Do not wait for perfection, for often the most wondrous things arrive when you least expect them. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to walk even when fear is present. Every time you choose trust over worry, you are planting seeds for miracles. Every time you choose to move forward instead of retreat, you draw nearer to the destiny written uniquely for you. And if you ever feel lost, if you stumble or grow weary along the way, remember to return not to the starting point, but to your heart, where I have always waited for you, where I have never left. My love does not waver, is not swayed by your success or failure. To me, you are not a project in progress, You are a masterpiece in the making. Therefore, be brave and walk through that door, for beyond it lies not only a new beginning, but a sacred confirmation. You are worthy. Not because you are perfect, but because you are loved. And that love is the greatest force that will carry you through every season, every trial, and every boundary. My beloved child, do not delay any longer. Step forward. I am waiting for you on the other side of courage. However, my beloved, within the brilliant light I am slowly unveiling before your eyes lies a solemn truth that must be engraved deep within your soul. Divine revelation always comes with sacred responsibility. What I am about to do in your life is not merely a blessing, it is a commissioning, a calling that not everyone will understand and not everyone will be willing to embrace. You must understand that when the light of a soul begins to shine, the surrounding darkness grows restless. Some who once walked closely with you may no longer recognize you, for the new light within you confronts the shadow within them. They may feel threatened, confused by why you have been called, chosen, and elevated. But let not your heart grow heavy because of this. I want you to remember this clearly. Not everyone will rejoice in what I am doing for you. Some eyes will look upon you with doubt. Some words may come disguised as advice, but carry the weight of envy. And some will quietly seek to dim the light you now carry. Therefore, be wise. Do not hastily share what I am planting in your heart. Do not let seeds yet to sprout be trampled by those who cannot grasp the holiness of what you bear. I give you this as a command, not merely counsel, but a divine directive. Guard what I have spoken to you. Let it grow in silence, in prayer, in total obedience. My timing is perfect, never too early to cause harm, and never too late to miss its purpose. In that sacred silence, I am at work, arranging circumstances, preparing hearts, refining you, so that when the moment comes, you will not only be ready to enter, but strong enough to stand. Be vigilant, my child, for not every sweet word comes from sincerity. There are masks called friends, but behind them lie eyes of jealousy. There are honeyed voices, but within them are the daggers of doubt. They may say you're dreaming, that you're too weak, not good enough, not worthy of what I've declared. But hear this truth, one that you must guard as an eternal flame within. You are the chosen one. I saw you long before you understood yourself. I saw the potential in you when the world only saw limitations. I heard your silent cries, your lonely prayers, and I have counted every tear. That is why what I am preparing for you is not by chance, not because you are flawless, but because you have been appointed for something greater than you've ever imagined. When you begin to feel the stirring within, when your soul begins to dance with the sense that something great is near, know that it is the sign that I am moving. But in those moments, silence and discretion are your shield. Let your heart be the sacred vault where my words are kept. Let my timing reveal them in a way no one can deny. For when I move, no force can hinder. And above all, learn to listen to my voice more than the voices of the world. Amid the noise, let your heart remain sensitive to my whisper. When others say you can't, remember that I've already said you can. When they doubt you, remember that I have affirmed you. When they turn away, turn your face toward me, where I have always stood, never leaving, never abandoning you. My beloved child, There is a kind of courage you must carry, not just to walk the path, but to uphold the sacred in a world that so easily judges and wounds. Be as wise as a serpent and as gentle as a dove. Remain in stillness, yet do not lose your trust. Let your heart be filled with gratitude and readiness, for when the appointed time comes, all that you have hidden will bloom gloriously before the eyes of those who once doubted you. I know you may feel lonely on this journey, but you are not alone. It was I who called you, and it is I who will walk with you, from the beginning to the very end. I will be the whisper in the wind. My beloved child, you are drawing closer than ever to the moment when all of heaven and earth seem to hold their breath. The moment your soul is about to touch a deeper realm of understanding, of destiny, of unspeakable grace. The journey you've walked, marked by stumbles, silent tears, and sleepless nights, has not been in vain. These were not merely trials, but the very materials used to forge the resilient, radiant being you are becoming with each step. You may feel weary, uncertain of yourself at times, or confused as to why things have unfolded the way they have. But trust me, everything is moving in alignment with a divine order that your finite mind cannot yet grasp. Like a potter shaping every curve of a clay vessel with care, I too am molding every part of you. And when the time comes for you to look back, you will whisper, "So that's why. It all had a reason." Do not judge your path by what you see with your eyes. Do not let closed doors make you forget that another is opening. One meant for you alone, inscribed with your name in love, and an eternal plan I have set aside just for you. When the world around you feels silent, remember, my silence is not my absence. It is when I am working most deeply, in the stillness, in the unseen, and yet so vibrantly alive. You see, miracles do not always arrive in glitter or glory. They may come as a seemingly random conversation, an unexpected letter, a fleeting opportunity, or simply a sudden surge of emotion in your heart. Do not overlook the seemingly small things, for in them I have hidden the extraordinary. The door I have prepared for you may not be dressed in grandeur, but within it lies the turning point your soul has longed for. So, when that moment arrives, when your intuition tells you, this is it, do not hesitate. Move forward, even if your steps tremble, as long as you dare to step. For when you walk in faith, I will lay solid stones beneath your feet. You are not walking alone. You never have and never will. My presence goes before you, clearing the path, whispering to the universe to come to your aid. You don't need to understand it all, nor do you need to have everything in hand to begin. I do not call the ready. I make ready those I call. Each of your steps, whether slow or unsteady, is part of the sacred choreography I've written for you. Do not let fear pull you backward, for what awaits you ahead shines brighter than all you have ever lost. If you could see what I am arranging, if you could glimpse all the pieces I'm weaving together on your behalf, your heart would never doubt again. But since you cannot yet see, you must place your trust in me. True faith is not believing when things are clear, but believing when all remains hidden. And in that darkness, my light will guide your way. Do not let delay be the reason you miss the gift I offer with my own hands. Do not wait for perfection, for often the most wondrous things arrive when you least expect them. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to walk even when fear is present. Every time you choose trust over worry, you are planting seeds for miracles. Every time you choose to move forward instead of retreat, you draw nearer to the destiny written uniquely for you. And if you ever feel lost, if you stumble or grow weary along the way, remember to return not to the starting point, but to your heart, where I have always waited for you, where I have never left. My love does not waver, is not swayed by your success or failure. To me, you are not a project in progress. You are a masterpiece in the making. Therefore, be brave and walk through that door, for beyond it lies not only a new beginning, but a sacred confirmation. You are worthy. Not because you are perfect, but because you are loved. And that love is the greatest force that will carry you through every season, every trial, and every boundary. My beloved child, do not delay any longer. Step forward. I am waiting for you on the other side of courage. However, my beloved, within the brilliant light I am slowly unveiling before your eyes lies a solemn truth that must be engraved deep within your soul. Divine revelation always comes with sacred responsibility. What I am about to do in your life is not merely a blessing. It is a commissioning, a calling that not everyone will understand and not everyone will be willing to embrace. You must understand that when the light of a soul begins to shine, the surrounding darkness grows restless. Some who once walked closely with you may no longer recognize you, for the new light within you confronts the shadow within them. They may feel threatened, confused by why you have been called, chosen, and elevated. But let not your heart grow heavy because of this. I want you to remember this clearly. Not everyone will rejoice in what I am doing for you. Some eyes will look upon you with doubt. Some words may come disguised as advice, but carry the weight of envy. And some will quietly seek to dim the light you now carry. Therefore, be wise. Do not hastily share what I am planting in your heart. Do not let seeds yet to sprout be trampled by those who cannot grasp the holiness of what you bear. I give you this as a command, not merely counsel, but a divine directive. Guard what I have spoken to you. Let it grow in silence, in prayer, in total obedience. My timing is perfect, never too early to cause harm, and never too late to miss its purpose. In that sacred silence, I am at work, arranging circumstances, preparing hearts, refining you, so that when the moment comes, you will not only be ready to enter, but strong enough to stand. Be vigilant, my child, for not every sweet word comes from sincerity. There are masks called friends, but behind them lie eyes of jealousy. There are honeyed voices, but within them are the daggers of doubt. They may say you're dreaming, that you're too weak, not good enough, not worthy of what I've declared. But hear this truth, one that you must guard as an eternal flame within. You are the chosen one. I saw you long before you understood yourself. I saw the potential in you when the world only saw limitations. I heard your silent cries, your lonely prayers, and I have counted every tear. That is why what I am preparing for you is not by chance, not because you are flawless, but because you have been appointed for something greater than you've ever imagined. When you begin to feel the stirring within, when your soul begins to dance with a sense that something great is near, know that it is the sign that I am moving. But in those moments, silence and discretion are your shield. Let your heart be the sacred vault where my words are kept. Let my timing reveal them in a way no one can deny. For when I move, no force can hinder. And above all, learn to listen to my voice more than the voices of the world. Amid the noise, let your heart remain sensitive to my whisper. When others say you can't, remember that I've already said you can. When they doubt you, remember that I have affirmed you. When they turn away, turn your face toward me, where I have always stood, never leaving, never abandoning you. My beloved child, there is a kind of courage you must carry, not just to walk the path, but to uphold the sacred in a world that so easily judges and wounds. Be as wise as a serpent and as gentle as a dove. Remain in stillness, yet do not lose your trust. Let your heart be filled with gratitude and readiness, for when the appointed time comes, all that you have hidden will bloom gloriously before the eyes of those who once doubted you. I know you may feel lonely on this journey, but you are not alone. It was I who called you, and it is I who will walk with you, from the beginning to the very end. I will be the whisper in the wind, the warmth in the cold night, the flicker of light when everything seems dark. Just hold fast to what I have planted in your heart. You will see, my timing does not just bring change, it bears witness to my living and powerful presence in your life. So walk quietly, yet boldly. Guard what is sacred as a treasure not meant to be unveiled too soon. Let me complete what I began in you. For I am faithful, and I never break my promises. You are chosen, and you have been equipped, not only for today, but for this very moment in history. Do not let the careless words of others become seeds of doubt scattered across the sacred soil of your faith. Remember, the enemy of destiny does not always appear in darkness. Sometimes it comes cloaked in advice, in false concern, in pitiful glances, or even in soft laughter laced with doubt. You must guard your soul like a watchman in the night, because faith is the most precious treasure you carry, and it is also the first to be tested when you are on the verge of a new season of blessing. In the days ahead, you will face moments that feel breathless, challenges that strike like sudden waves against a small boat on the vast sea of life. There will be times when the path seems invisible, times when it feels like you're walking alone in the fog, unseen, misunderstood, unsupported. But my child, do not mistake silence for absence. In that very silence, I am walking beside you, upholding you with a power unseen by the eyes, but deeply felt by the heart that clings to faith. These trials do not come to destroy you, nor to make you question my love. On the contrary, they are the refiner's fire, not to consume, but to separate the pure from the impure. In sorrow, your character is shaped. In hardship, your strength is forged. It is in your weakest moments that my strength is made most visible. Remember the story of Daniel, who refused to bow before the powers of man because he knew he served a mighty God. And when he was thrown into the lion's den, a place where life seemed moments from ending, it was I who sent my angel to shut the lions' mouths. No claw could touch the one upon whom my hand rested. Likewise, my child, in the lions' dens you will face, you will not be alone. I, who once rescued Daniel, am the same one who will rescue you. I do not change, and neither does my love for you. Stand firm, my child. Though the winds may howl and the ground beneath you tremble, Let not your faith be shaken. Do not define me by your circumstances. Look to me and know that those very circumstances are part of my greater plan. Every tear you shed, I see. Every whisper in the night, I hear. None of your pain is wasted. I am using it all, the good and the hard, to weave a story so rich in wisdom that even you will marvel when it's complete. So press on with courage, with a heart unsullied by bitterness or doubt. Let your soul be comforted by my gentle yet sovereign presence. When others say you can't, whisper back, with God, all things are possible. When your heart trembles at the threshold of the unknown, lift your eyes to me, the one who holds your future in my hand. And when you feel like giving up, when your feet are weary from how far you've come, close your eyes and hear my voice. I am here. I have never left. I am with you in the fire, with you in the stillness, and I will be with you in the coming glory. Your faith is being tested, but do not fear, for it will not be destroyed. It will shine like gold refined by fire, and through every battle you will not only survive, you will grow deeper, stronger, more steadfast, carrying a peace no one can take from you. So do not let the words of the world steal your hope. Let me be the loudest voice in your soul. Walk not by feeling, but by faith. Faith that if I have called you, I will surely lead you to the finish. The season of trial may come, but the season of restoration and victory is drawing nearer than ever. Hold your heart steady, my beloved, for what I have prepared for you surpasses all imagination, and I will never ask you to face it alone. I see clearly, my beloved, the one who entered your life seeming to bring something good, only to sow confusion, pain, and doubt in your heart. I witnessed every lowered gaze from your hurt, every sleepless night spent wondering, was I not enough? Did I do something wrong? But I want you to know this. You were not wrong for loving, not wrong for trusting. The mistake did not lie in your heart, but in the deceit that was hidden behind their sweet words and counterfeit kindness. You thought you were alone in that pain, but I never turned away. Each silent sob of yours rose to heaven like smoke from an unspoken prayer, and I, the one who sees even the most hidden corners of the heart, have remembered. And now I declare to you, there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, nothing concealed that will not be brought into the light. Luke 8:17. The truth will not remain buried. Their true intentions will be exposed, not for vengeance, but for your freedom, for you to step out from the shadows of deception and into the light of truth. Do not be afraid when I begin to remove from you the things you once thought you could never release. I know what tugs at your heart, because you're still holding on, not from weakness, but from a heart that knows how to love. But I come not to condemn, but to rescue. I will untangle every knot binding your soul. I will bring you to a place of peace where no one can wound you again. I will build an invisible hedge around your heart, not to stop you from loving, but to protect the true love within you from those who only seek to use it. You may not yet understand why all of this had to happen. You may still feel parts of your heart are not healed, but let me be the one to do that. Little by little, like a physician gently dressing a wound after the storm, let me do what I do best, turning brokenness into renewal, pain into wisdom, a painful chapter into a closed one, so you can open a new one with eyes bright and a heart secure. The clarity I bring will not only reveal others' hearts, but your own. You will see yourself in a new light. You will no longer be someone trembling for validation from the unworthy, but someone strong, restored, and certain that your worth never depended on anyone's treatment of you. You are valuable because you are mine. You are beloved because I formed you with my very breath of life. So trust me, even when you do not see. Trust that I am working, even when all feels unclear. I am clearing the space within your soul to prepare for something new, something healthy, beautiful, and true. Not everyone who leaves is a loss. Sometimes it is protection. And not every truth will hurt. Sometimes truth comes to set you free from what was never meant to stay. I will not let you move forward with a heart that is still bleeding. I will heal. I will restore. And I will lead you to people who do not make you question your worth, but who help you see how wonderfully made you are at your very core. The ones I choose to walk alongside you will not require you to sacrifice your peace just to keep the connection. They will love you in truth, in purity, and without concealment. So let go of what has passed and open your heart to what I am bringing forth. Even when it's difficult, you will endure. Even when it's bitter, your soul will taste sweetness again. And one day, you will look back at that relationship no longer with tears but with a smile, because you overcame, you were healed, and I myself led you to a place far better. Believe this, for I, the faithful one, have spoken it to you. And I, faithful one, have spoken it to you. My beloved child, I have seen it all. Nothing about you escapes my eyes or leaves my heart untouched. I have witnessed every silent tear that traced your cheek when no one else knew. In the dark of night, when you turned your face into the pillow to hide your sobs, when the whole world seemed to turn its back on you and you were left with only silent pain, it was I, the Creator, the loving one, who sat beside you. I was there, never leaving, never indifferent in silence, but quietly present in deep compassion, waiting for the day I would wipe your tears away with my own hand. My precious one, know this: not a single tear of yours has been wasted. Every time you cried, it wasn't a sign of weakness, but a wordless prayer, a seed sown in the soil of faith. And those seeds will not be forgotten. Though they seem buried in silence now, the harvest of joy is drawing near sooner than you think. You may not yet see the sprouts, but beneath the surface, life is stirring. My plan is unfolding, not loudly, not boastfully, but with power and certainty. A day will come when you will look back on this season of tears, of waiting, of seemingly shattered dreams, and you will say, "You made all things work together for my good." What you once thought were delays, detours that seemed unnecessary, and disappointments that made you want to give up, all of them were skillfully woven by me into the tapestry of your destiny. You will see that no moment was wasted. No experience was in vain. Every event, every brokenness was my way of preparing you for something better, more lasting, more glorious. Listen closely, my child. Do not let the noise of disappointment drown out my whisper, for I am about to do a new thing. I am rebuilding what seemed destroyed. I am calling forth life from places of death. Can't you feel it? In the stillness, a miracle is germinating. I am carving a path right through the barren desert. Where you saw no way out, I am opening a way. Where hope once lay scorched and dry, I am causing streams of faith to gush forth. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the wasteland. Isaiah 43:19. My child, what I am preparing for you is not a repeat of the past, but something entirely new, something that has never happened before, something far beyond what you could imagine. Therefore, do not measure my coming work by your past experiences. Do not confine me within the molds of your old pain. You were once in lack, but you shall be provided for. You were once in despair, but you shall overflow with hope. You were once broken, but I will heal you to the root, not merely mend, but renew, recreate, and radiantly transform. I do not make you new to return you to what you were. I make you new to usher you into a better version, stronger, brighter, more beautiful, a person who reflects my image more fully, a soul that has passed through the fire, yet still shines. For I am the one who stands with you in the furnace. I never allow the fire to consume you. I allow it to refine you. And when the harvest comes, you will not only rejoice in your own restoration, but you will become a vessel of healing for others. The tears you once shed will turn into streams that refresh many lives. Your pain will become a testimony of my faithfulness and power. Every wound that once paralyzed you will become wings that carry you farther than ever before. So do not despair. Do not give up. Do not let your current circumstances convince you that I have forgotten you. My silence is not my absence. It is preparation. And when the time comes, my perfect time, everything you've been waiting for will break forth in wonder beyond your imagination. Oh, my child, be strong in heart. A new thing is coming. A season of joy is being birthed from this very season of tears. And I, the faithful one, am the one who will complete what I have begun in you. But hear me now, my beloved, and etch this truth into the depths of your soul. Along with the great blessing you are about to receive comes a heavenly responsibility that must not be taken lightly. What I am doing in your life is not merely for your restoration or support, but so that through you I might reach other souls in need of light in their darkness. You were not chosen to keep this blessing to yourself, but to become a vessel of life, a bearer of hope to hearts crying out for a word from heaven. You are called not just to live, but to live meaningfully, to reflect my light like a lamp that cannot be hidden, a lighthouse amid the storms of life, guiding lost vessels through the fog of doubt. Your life will be a living testimony that there is a God who still moves, still heals, and still turns sorrow into glory. Look at yourself, the one who once collapsed in tears, the one who once thought they couldn't go on, now being called to be an encouragement to others. Do not think your testimony is small or insignificant. It is precisely what you have been through, your journey of wounding and restoration, that will become the living letter others need to read. Tell them how I lifted you when no one else could. Share how I turned the wilderness of your soul into springs of living water. Remember Abraham, the father of faith. whom I called to leave his homeland, to go without knowing where. He obeyed because he trusted me. I promised he would become the father of many nations, and I fulfilled it. But more than being blessed himself, through him all nations were blessed. In the same way, you are chosen not just to receive, but to give. Not just to live, but to impart life. Not just to overcome, but to help others overcome. And you will see, very soon, those around you, family, friends, even strangers, will begin to come to you, not only because of who you are, but because of the light you carry. They will be drawn to the peace within you amid trials, to your steadiness amid change. But my child, never think you must do this alone. There will be moments, I know, when the task feels too great, the mission beyond what you can bear. You may tremble. You may feel overwhelmed, as if placed in a position far beyond your ability. And that is when I want you to return, not to where you began, but to my heart, where you will always find strength, peace, and a never-ending source of power. Do not rely on yourself, for you are but an earthen vessel, yet I am the one who dwells within it. Do not place your confidence in what you believe you have or lack. You do not need to be full, for it is precisely in your emptiness that I will reveal my fullness. It is in your weakness that my power is made perfect. Let me carry the burden for you. When you are exhausted, I will not demand another step. Rather, I will lift you up in arms that never grow weary. Do you remember what I said to the Apostle Paul? When he pleaded with me to take away the thorn in his flesh, I did not remove it. But I said to him, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness." 2 Corinthians 12:9. From that moment on, he was no longer ashamed of his weakness, but boasted in it, because he knew that in those very places of frailty, my power shone brightest. So, if ever you feel inadequate, pause, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and call my name. I will come, as I have always been near. I will renew your strength like an eagle revived with new wings. I will place within you a peace that cannot be shaken, so you will know you are not doing this for me, but with me. My child, keep the fire within you burning, not by your own strength, but through unbroken connection with me, the source of all life. Each morning as you rise, ask me to lead you. Each time your heart falters, remember that I am near, closer than your very breath, closer than the fears that stir within. And whenever you see another soul stumble as you once did, draw near, take their hand, and tell them about the one who lifted you up. Live, not as one barely rescued, but as one sent with a mission. You are living proof that my love can transform anyone. Do not hide your old wounds. Let them be testimony to my healing. Do not fear when others ask about your past, for from those ashes I have raised eternal beauty. You are blessed, not to cling to it, but to become a blessing to a generation. Walk with courage. Bring light to the dark places. Be the breath of hope to the hopeless. And always remember, I am with you, today, tomorrow, and forevermore. And finally, my beloved, amidst all that shifts, amidst both what you understand and what remains a mystery, There is a truth that never changes, a reality that stands above emotion, beyond circumstance, and outside the limits of reason. Nothing in this universe can separate you from my love. Not trials, no matter how great, not darkness, no matter how deep, not the accusations of the enemy, not the regrets of your past, not even the failures you still grieve. No sin you have ever committed, no weakness you have ever borne can turn my face away. My love for you is not based on what you do. It is grounded in who I am, the faithful one, the compassionate one, who never lets go. My love is eternal, not as fickle as the weather, not as shallow as worldly affection, and never conditional like human praise. It is the firm rock in the storm, the safe harbor in the chaos. While others may leave, forget, or judge you by your failures, I remain, still standing in the same place, arms open wide, eyes full of mercy. When you fall short, I do not withdraw my love. I extend forgiveness. When you doubt yourself, I remind you who you are in my sight. When you stumble, I don't stand back. I run to you, lift you up, wipe the dust from your path, and walk with you once again. This love is not something you have to earn. It is a gift. Not because you deserve it, but because I am love. So, my child, rest in that love. Stop chasing validation from the world, from people whose hearts waver or whose loyalty shifts with the wind. Let my love be your anchor when you are weary, your home when the world feels too loud. Let it be where you return each day, not because you are good enough. Build your life on this love. For if a house is built on sand, it will fall when the storm comes. But if your life is grounded on the solid rock, on me and my unshakable love, then no matter how fierce the winds or how long the trial, you will remain standing. Nothing can overcome a heart that is anchored in my love. Oh, my child, hold these words close as a sacred treasure, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not a mistake. I did not choose you by accident. Your future is not in the hands of the world. It is in mine. And these hands, they never tremble, never fail, and never let go of what I hold. Keep moving forward, not under the weight of worry, but in steadfast faith. Let these words echo in your heart when life causes you to doubt. I am with you. I go before you. I cover your back. I guard you in your sleep. I lift you when you are weak, and I love you with a love eternal, unshakable, and without end. When you feel lost, call my name. I will show you the way. When fear grips you, speak to me. I will give you peace. When you need shelter, come close to me. I am your safest place. And when words fail you, when you have no prayer left, be still, for I still hear the whispers from the depths of your heart. Always remember, you are not merely living a life. You are walking in a divine design. And ahead of you lies a radiant future, not because the path will be easy, but because I will be there. The best is not behind you. It is still ahead, waiting for your next step. Each new day is one step closer to the fulfillment I have prepared for you. And when you arrive at that place of blessing, of peace, where every tear finds its purpose, you will smile and whisper, "The Lord never left me. He loved me from the beginning to the very end." Now, my precious one, rise. Walk forward with boldness. Hold these words as the compass of your soul. And when the winds rise, remember, I am still here, holding your hand, and I will never let go. My love is the beginning, the journey, and the destination of your life. And the most glorious part is still to come. My child, are you beginning to see the wonder of it all? Are you starting to realize that from the very beginning, I, the true and faithful one, have always revealed what is to come to those I have chosen? Not so they may be praised, not so they boast in special insight, but so that my name is glorified, so my people are guided, their hearts made strong and their faith nourished. I never speak at random. Every word I utter carries purpose, life, and preparation. I speak to open eyes, to awaken hearts, to uplift souls. I do not speak to satisfy curiosity, but to call my people into deep communion with me, where knowledge of the future is secondary to a vibrant, faith-filled life in the present. Do you remember what Scripture says? The sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing his plan to his servants the prophets. Amos 3:7. That is still true, today and forever. I do not hide what I am doing from those who live near me, who rest beside my heart, those who choose to sit quietly at my feet, the humble in spirit, obedient and in love with my presence. They are the ones I entrust with my secrets. My child, what you are experiencing is not a coincidence. The things I am revealing to you are not random. They are evidence that you are entering deeper ground in your relationship with me. I am leading you on a journey where you will no longer live by what is merely reasonable, but by every living word that proceeds from my mouth, even my only Son, Jesus, the Christ. While he was on earth in human form, lived by this very pattern. He did not only heal and love, he also spoke of what was to come. He told his disciples clearly that a time would come when he would suffer, be arrested, crucified, and then rise again in glory. Not to instill fear in them, but so they would know that he was walking according to my perfect plan, that pain was not the end, but the pathway to new life. He also promised the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, who would come after him so that none of the disciples would be left without guidance. The Spirit would remind them of everything Jesus had taught, lead them into all truth, and grant them courage to live for me in a world filled with deception. And he did not hesitate to speak of the end times, of the signs and events that would unfold, so they would not be caught off guard. He did not speak to confuse their hearts, but so that when those things happened, they would remember he had forewarned them, and that he still reigns. My child, I want you to know, what I am whispering into your heart today is a continuation of a holy communication that began from the dawn of creation. You are not merely a listener. You are one I am training and preparing to carry the voice of heaven into this world. When I speak, it is because I trust that you will not only hear, but also walk in wisdom, humility, and faith. Do not let your heart be troubled when I reveal things that go beyond your understanding, I do not require you to comprehend it all. I only ask that you trust me and follow the leading of the Holy Spirit. The words I speak to you today will be light for the days to come. When you arrive at the place I have prepared, you will realize that every word I spoke had its time, and not one word fell to the ground in vain. And do not forget, when I speak of the future, it is not speculation, it is certainty wrapped in love. It is an invitation for you to step out of dependence on emotion and circumstance and live by the assurance that I am the one who goes before you, opens the way, and never deceives. So then, my child, stay awake, be ready. Keep your heart tender before me. Always remember that the most precious thing is not what you know in advance, but that you know me, the one who never changes. When everything else shifts, when the ground moves beneath your feet, my word remains steadfast, and my love, the same love that leads you through every day, every night, every heartbeat, will never leave you. I am speaking. I have spoken, and I will continue to speak. Listen closely, my beloved. What I am about to do will far exceed what you have ever hoped for, and through it, my name will be glorified. Do you see, my beloved one? Every word that proceeds from my mouth carries eternal weight. No word is meaningless. No whisper from me is ever wasted. Every sentence, every thought, every reminder holds a sacred purpose, born from the unchanging love I have for you. When I reveal things concerning the future, it is not to frighten you, nor to burden your heart with things beyond your control. No, my child. I speak because I desire you to be closer to me, for it is in that nearness that you will find rest in the midst of storms. I am not a distant observer. I am your Father. I am the one who walks with you. And when I unveil what lies ahead, it is because I want to prepare your heart to let you know that even when the world changes, no matter what happens, you are never abandoned. You are within my plan, under the watch of eyes that never sleep, held in arms that never close. Have you ever wondered why I choose to tell you things not yet seen? Is it because you are more special than others? No. It is because I love you deeply, and I want you to live not by what your eyes see, but by the certainty of my word. What I reveal is not a burden. It is light for your path, not to overwhelm you, but to steady you when everything around you is shaken. Picture a father holding his child's hand while walking through a dark forest. The child cannot see the path, but the father sees every tree, every rock, every turn. When the father says, "We're about to go uphill. It'll be a bit steep," he doesn't say it to make the child afraid, but to assure him that the way has already been seen, considered, and that the Father is guiding his steps. In the same way, my child, I speak so that your heart may be firm, not trembling when the shadows fall, but knowing I have gone before, I have seen, and I am here, right beside you. When I speak to you about what is to come, it is because I see your heart's need for reassurance. I see the weariness within you, the pull between faith and fear. And because I see it, I do not stay silent. I speak so that you will know nothing happens without my knowledge, and no challenge comes that I cannot transform for your good. My child, Do not be afraid. When I open to you things you've never considered, believe that if I show you a glimpse of the path ahead, it is because I am drawing you closer to myself, where your faith becomes more than words, where it becomes a living reality. Do you remember how Jesus, my beloved Son, foretold his own path of suffering to the disciples? He did not say it to terrify them, but so that when it happened, they would know that nothing was beyond my control. Likewise, when I reveal in advance the seasons of trial, of change, of unfamiliar paths, it is to teach you to live by faith and not by sight. For you do not need to understand everything. You only need to know that I am holding your hand, and that hand never trembles, never lets go. My child, when I speak in advance, you do not need to grasp it all. Just receive it with a heart of humility and trust. You may not see the full picture, but I already have. What I speak may seem too great, too distant, but that in itself is proof that I am lifting you to a new height, not by your own strength, but by my faithfulness. So do not fear. Do not shrink back when my words make you feel small. For it is in that smallness that I accomplish great things. Let my word be the anchor that holds your soul steady when the seas of life roar. Let each word I speak be a moment your faith is renewed. Trust that if I have spoken, I will fulfill it. For I do not speak in vain, nor do I ever break my promise. And if there are moments when your heart trembles, because you do not yet understand all I am revealing, hold tightly to me. Whisper, I do not understand it all, but I trust you. And I will be there as I have always been, gentle, unwavering, and perfect in love. You are loved. You are chosen. And you are being led. Walk boldly. The words I have spoken will not return empty. They are preparing you for something greater, and through it, you will become a living testimony to the world that God is faithful. My beloved child, never take my words lightly. Do not let them drift past you like a fleeting breeze, as though they were mere temporary comfort or vague ideas spoken in a moment of emotion. No, my child. These words are not suppositions, not things that might happen, but living promises, declarations of the Almighty, eternal truths that shall come to pass at the perfect time I have appointed. When I speak, heaven and earth listen. When I declare, every force in heaven, on earth, and in the unseen realm must shift to fulfill my divine intent. The words I have spoken over you are not meant to soothe you momentarily. They are eternal seeds planted in your soul, destined to take root, grow, and bear fruit in their season. Do not let doubt, fear, or the words of man cause these seeds to wither. Hold fast to my words, as one would treasure hidden riches. Even when the winds of doubt blow fiercely, even when the storm of criticism and slander comes crashing down, stand firm, for my word is an unshakable rock. You do not need to justify yourself or argue with the world about what I have placed in your heart. Your task is not to make them understand, but to walk faithfully in the calling I have given you, until the day I myself make all things clear. There will be those who question why I chose you. There will be scoffing laughter, skeptical glances, even words that insult the very faith you hold dear. They will doubt that someone like you, once weak, once fallen, once overlooked, could possibly carry something from heaven. But, my child, remember this as a truth etched deeply in your spirit. My ways are higher than human ways. My thoughts transcend all their plans and assumptions. Man looks at outward appearances, but I see the depths of the heart. I do not choose based on reputation, education, power, or human standards. I choose according to my holy purpose and eternal will. Will that cannot be destroyed by criticism and cannot be delayed by doubt. Remember David, a forgotten shepherd boy among strong brothers, yet I saw in him a heart after my own, and I anointed him king. Remember Mary, a poor young woman in a small village, yet I chose her to carry my only son into the world. And Paul, who once persecuted the church, I chose him to be an apostle, to carry light to the nations. My choice is never bound by one's past, social standing, or the approval of the crowd. And so, I have chosen you. Not because of your brilliance, but because I see what I will do through you. Not because you stand out, but because my light will shine most brightly through the places thought to be unworthy. Not because you are strong, but because my strength will be made perfect in your weakness. Do not let anyone, even yourself, say that you are not enough. If I have spoken, then you are enough. If I have chosen, then you are the one I desire. Walk in that truth with steady steps, not in arrogance, but without fear. Do not live to please others, but live to please me, the one who has seen you, called you, loved you, and spoken great things over your life. The words I give are not meant to be hidden, but embraced, to nourish your soul and become a torch of light in your darkest nights. Let my word become your compass, your pillar when all else crumbles, your lifeblood when your strength runs dry. When my promises seem unfulfilled, do not doubt me. Remember, delay is not denial. Be steadfast, for my word never returns void. It will accomplish what I sent it to do and succeed in its purpose. And, my child, if one day you feel too small in the face of what I have spoken, return and remember. I am the one who began this work in you, and I am the one who will finish it. You are not alone. You are not the author of the story. I am the author, and you are the cherished page in my hand. Live as one who carries a promise, for that is who you are. You are the chosen, not to exalt yourself, but to glorify me. And as I am glorified through your life, you too will step into the fullness of what I have prepared for you before the foundation of time. So then, my child, do not let rejection cause you to retreat. Do not let mockery silence you. Do not let doubt rob you of what is precious. Hold on to my word as you would hold on to life itself. Walk in faith, undaunted, unwavering, for I am the one who spoke, and I will bring it to pass. My beloved child, place your full trust in me, not only in seasons of peace, but in the shadowed valleys, in times when you cannot see where I am leading you. Trust not, because you always see the outcome, but because I never change, I never lie, and I always keep every promise I make. Every plan I have for you is filled with goodness far beyond what you can imagine. Whether you are in the season of sowing, in the midst of a storm, or passing through a barren land, Everything remains under my wise design. No moment is wasted. No trial is meaningless. I am weaving each detail together, each seemingly disconnected thread, into a tapestry of glory and purpose in your life. Believe that every word I have spoken is true. Not one word will fall to the ground without effect. When I say I am with you, it means not a single moment will you fight alone. When I promise provision, it means even the driest place can become a flowing spring. And when I declare that I will complete the work I began in you, you can stand firm, knowing that no weakness, no delay, no obstacle will hinder me from fulfilling it. I am faithful, and my faithfulness does not shift with the seasons, does not change with emotions, and is not dependent on your loyalty or failure. You may stumble, you may hesitate, but I will never withdraw my love or my purpose for you. If I have begun a work in you, I will also bring it to completion, perfectly and gloriously. But when the flowers begin to bloom after the rain, when what I promised starts to unfold, do not forget the most important thing. Give all the glory to me. Do not let any spotlight deceive you into thinking it came from your own strength. Every open door, every miracle, every fulfilled dream is the work of my hand in your life. Live your life as a living testimony of my kindness and grace. Do not merely speak of me with your lips. Let your entire life, how you love, how you forgive, how you stand firm in trial, be a clear reflection of who I am, love and truth, so that when others look at you, they will not just see a person, but see me, the one who did the impossible through an ordinary soul. Let your words be a refreshing stream in the barren desert, a comfort to the weary heart. Let your actions be a guiding light to the lost, a lifting hand to the fallen. Do not live to elevate yourself, but to exalt my name. For it is in that humility that you will be lifted in ways you could never have imagined. Do you remember? It was my only son, Jesus, who taught his disciples, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." Matthew 5:16. This was not merely instruction, it was the very lifestyle of the called. A life lived not for applause, but to turn the eyes of the world toward me. So, my child, whether you are in a season of sowing or reaping, whether walking through low valleys or standing on high peaks, remain faithful. Walk each day with a heart that is humble, grateful, and full of hope. Do not wait until everything becomes clear to believe. Trust even when you see nothing at all, for that is the kind of faith I am looking for. Let your faith be a flame that never goes out. Let your love for me be what stirs the hearts of others. Let your life be the lens through which the world sees a God who is real, compassionate, and powerful, not through pages of a book, but through the testimony of your very being. And through it all, do not forget me. The one who began is working and will bring to completion. Do not forget my love. It never leaves, never changes, and never fails. Live, love, and walk in that assurance, my beloved, for I am with you, today, tomorrow, and forevermore. Beloved child, your obedience is the key that opens the door to the blessings I have already prepared. Though I am the Almighty, capable of doing all things with just one word. I have chosen to move through your faith and obedience. Therefore, do not underestimate the call, even if it seems small or unclear to you. The first steps you take are not meaningless. Each time you choose my guidance over the voice of the flesh or the comforts of the world, you are clearing the path for what I have destined. And remember, obedience does not always come with comfort. Sometimes it calls you to leave what is safe, to surrender what is familiar, and to trust in what your eyes cannot yet see. But it is in that very surrender that I prepare you for greater things. Just as Abraham obeyed me and left his homeland, not knowing where he was going, and became the father of a great nation, his faith was counted as righteousness because he trusted me more than what he could see. Likewise, my child, your obedience will make way for the things I have appointed, not just for you, but for many others you have not even met. There will be times when your obedience feels like walking through darkness. No light, no sound, no confirmation from others. But I am there, in the silence. Even when you think I am silent, I am working more deeply than ever before. Do not let loneliness make you doubt my presence. Let every step you take be an offering, a living testimony that you trust me, not because you see, but because you know. You know I never break my promises. You know you are never abandoned. You know that everything you endure today holds eternal value, and nothing placed in my hands is ever wasted. My beloved, let me heal the wounds you've carried quietly. I know there are pains you've never spoken of, places in your memory you've hidden behind smiles, busyness, or outward strength. But my child, I do not merely want to use you. I want you truly healed, from the deepest places within. For only when the wounds are touched, forgiven, and soothed by my love, will you be free to live, to love, and to become whole. Do not be afraid to open your heart to me. I am never repulsed by your weakness. On the contrary, I love you in your very vulnerability. I do not seek a perfect heart, but a truthful one that dares to admit its need for me, that it cannot heal itself. In the places where you feel most ashamed, I will place the beauty of restoration. What seemed to be scars will become crowns. What seemed dead will come alive. What seemed forever closed will open when you allow me to enter the deepest chambers of your being. And as you begin to live in true healing, you will find yourself changed, not because you strive, but because my love is at work within you. You will love more freely, forgive more gently, see others with kinder eyes. For when you are healed, you no longer live in defense, but in the overflow of the love and mercy you've received. And when you live this way, your life will reflect my image, not through the words you speak, but through the person you have become. My dear child, lift up your eyes, for the best is still ahead. I know there are days you feel slow, stagnant, as if nothing is changing. There are times you ask, where is the promise? Why have the words not come to pass? But child, be patient. In eternity I am never late. Every promise is unfolding in the way and timing I know is best. A tree does not bloom in winter, but that does not mean it is dead. It is preparing, quietly growing roots deeper. So too, I am at work within you, even if you cannot see it. Do not look to the clock of this world. Look to my timetable. When you place your hope in me, you will never be disappointed. I am the one who begins the spring, who makes the desert bloom, who calls life out of death. All you need to do is remain faithful. Keep loving, keep obeying, keep standing, and before long, the harvest will come. And you will look back, filled with awe, gratitude, and praise. Truly, the Lord has done great things for me. Your future is not as unclear as you think. It is not determined by current circumstances, nor limited by what you've been through. It is defined by the one who called you by name, who writes the story you are living, and who will make the ending more glorious than the beginning. So do not look back with regret. Do not live the present with anxiety. Move forward with eyes of faith, with a heart of gratitude, and with unshakable hope. For the best is yet to come, and I am going ahead of you to make the way. Therefore, my beloved child, do not be afraid, and do not let your heart grow weary. Even if your human eyes see a path that is steep and rugged, filled with trials beyond your strength, let your heart remain firm. For I, the one who called you, who loves you with an everlasting love, will never leave you halfway. You are not walking alone. Even when it feels like others have gone silent, when encouragements grow scarce, when the confirmations you long for haven't come, remember this: I am still here. Not absent, not silent in coldness, but surrounding you with my powerful and gentle presence. You may not hear me in the storm, but I am the one holding your boat steady. You may not see me in the desert, but I am the one bringing manna each day. You may not sense me clearly, but my hand is holding you tighter than ever before. I walked with Abraham when he set out without knowing the destination. I led the Israelites through the Red Sea on dry ground. I provided for them in the wilderness for 40 years. Their clothes did not wear out. Their feet did not swell. They lacked nothing. Do you think I have changed? No, my child. I am the God who never changes. My faithfulness is not dictated by circumstances nor by human emotion. What I have done for those before you, I will do for you. If I kept Joseph in prison and lifted him to the throne, if I turned David's pasture into a palace, if I opened the way for Esther to enter the royal court and save a nation, then I will also move powerfully and lovingly in your life. But you must remember, my companionship does not mean the absence of trials. On the contrary, because I am leading you to higher places, you will pass through deeper valleys, where your faith will be tested, your will refined, and your heart taught to fully rely on me. This is not punishment. It is the training of love. As a father trains the child he deeply loves, preparing them for something far greater. So stand firm, my child. Even if the ground beneath your feet trembles, even if the enemy's voice echoes loudly in your ears, even if tomorrow seems shrouded in uncertainty to your fleshly eyes, walk by faith, not by sight. Fix your gaze on me, not on your circumstances. Learn to hear my voice amid the noise, for I speak in the stillness. I whisper in your soul. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. You don't need to be strong for me to love you. You only need to be sincere enough to believe. And when you do, I will reveal my strength in the very places where you feel weakest. I will go before you in every battle, protect you in every circumstance, and speak the final word when the world seeks to dismiss you. And one day, not far from now, when you look back on those difficult paths, your tears will be gone. You will smile, for you will see my hand was always there, at every step, every moment, in every breath. You will realize, each time you fell, I caught you. Each time your strength failed, I carried you. And when the light of fulfillment shines before your eyes, you will not exclaim because you made it, but because I brought it to pass. Therefore, my beloved, be strong and take heart. Let no voice drown out my word. Let no trial steal the hope within you. Let no past define your view of the future. I have chosen you. I have called you, and I myself am leading you. The road ahead may be uneven, but my light will guide your path. My arm will uphold you, and my heart will love you, unchanging, unconditional, and unending. Keep going. Your future is not just promising, it is authored by me, and the best is yet to come. My beloved child, do not measure your worth by the eyes of men or by the temporary situations you face. I know there are times when you feel too small, too ordinary, as if there's nothing in you worthy of being chosen or used by me. But remember, I do not see as man sees. While the world chooses based on appearance, status, reputation, or success, I look at the heart, the place no one else sees, but I see clearly. I see a small flame within you, sometimes flickering, fragile, as if a gentle wind could blow it out. But I am the one shielding it, breathing life into it, keeping it burning. And the day will come when that small flame will blaze into a powerful light, illuminating the path for other souls walking in darkness. You don't need to become great by the world's standard. You only need to become the person I created you to be. I do not require your perfection. I only ask for your willingness. Willingness to be shaped by me, to lay down what does not belong to me, to say yes when I call, even when my voice leads you to unfamiliar places. Remember, you are not called because you are strong, but because you are called, I will make you strong. I will give you strength each day. I will grant you wisdom when you lack it. I will open doors no one else can open, and when you walk into places far beyond your own ability, you will know it was not by your strength, but by my grace. My child, be courageous in guarding what I've placed in your heart. There are things I have whispered to you in secret places, revelations, dreams, promises I have planted that no one else knows. And there will be times the world questions you, doubts you, tempts you to give up midway. But my dear one, do not let anyone steal the seed I have sown. Do not let my silence in one season, or delays through human eyes, cause you to let go of my word. Hold on to what I've spoken. Treasure it like a precious gem within. Learn from Mary, the mother of my son, who quietly kept the angel's words in her heart, pondering them day by day, though no one understood or affirmed her. She didn't need the world's agreement, because she knew that words from heaven outweigh every voice on earth. And so do you. Stand firm, stay faithful, for when the appointed time comes, when the fullness of time arrives, everything will come to pass in perfect alignment, not early, not late. On this journey, there will be times you feel alone, misunderstood, but let that draw you closer to me, not push you away. Loneliness is not a sign of my absence. It is an invitation to go deeper, to come to the place where it's just you and me, where I can whisper truths too sacred for the crowd. Cherish those seasons, for in that stillness, I am shaping a new creation within you, preparing you for the work I have destined. And then, my beloved child, the day will come when I will make everything clear. That day is not imaginary, not some distant hope beyond reach. It is a sure promise, drawing near, unfolding with every passing hour. Every tear you've cried, every time you fell in secret, every battle you fought with fear, doubt, and loneliness, I have seen them all, and not one of them will be forgotten. In my perfect timing, all things will come together like a completed mosaic. Every scattered piece will find its place. Every detour that seemed senseless will become a path to fulfillment. Dreams you thought were dead will live again, not as they were, but renewed, powerful, and infused with the breath of heaven. I will silence the enemy. I will astonish those who once doubted you, not to exalt you, but to magnify my name through you. What I have begun, I will finish. No power, no criticism, no delay can prevent me from fulfilling my promise. And when you step into that season, the season of blessing, of fruitfulness, of fulfillment, you will not boast, because you will know it was I who did it. You will not count yourself worthy, for you will have learned to live by grace. You will not forget the small days, for they were the foundation that taught you humility and gratitude. My child, your future is not just hope. It is a certainty, ordained by me. Keep walking, keep believing, keep guarding what I've spoken. Every step you take today brings you closer to fulfillment. Not because you are flawless, but because I am faithful. And one day, you will sing with joy in the harvest season. For I, the one who promised, have done it. You are loved, you are chosen, you are protected, and you are destined to carry my light into the world. Take heart, for I, who began this good work in you, will surely complete it in glory. My child, I know there are times when you don't understand what is happening. Sometimes it feels as though you've been placed in a strange land, where everything familiar has been taken away, where once hopeful dreams are now replaced by unanswered questions. I see those moments when you sit in silence, surrounded by darkness, your heart crying, Lord, why? I do not fault you for those questions. Truly, I understand, because I made you with a tender heart, a soul that yearns for meaning, that longs for truth. Remember, child, when you don't understand, it doesn't mean I have stopped working. My silence is not my absence. It is part of how I move, teaching you to live by faith, not by sight. I allow seasons where you don't see the outcome, don't hear my voice, don't feel a clear direction. But in those very seasons, your roots of faith are growing deeper into the soil. You don't see it, but I do. You don't feel it, but I am at work. I am refining you, like a goldsmith who keeps the metal in the fire just long enough to purify it, never to destroy. And then, when you emerge from that furnace, you will no longer be the same. You will walk with the steadiness of one who has survived the storm, who has faced doubt and yet still held on to the promise. You will know this: my silence was the place where you learned patience, where you learned to trust without conditions, and where your faith was made stronger than ever before. My child, pause and look back on the journey you've walked. Was I not there every step of the way? From the earliest days you came to know me, to the moments when your faith was tested, I never let you walk alone. There were times when you thought you had lost your way, believed you had failed too many times to keep going. But it was in those very moments, when you collapsed from weariness, that I carried you. I was the one who dried your tears when no one else understood what you were going through. I was the one who whispered into your soul when every other voice offered only criticism or cold silence. Do you remember the times I showed up right when you had almost lost hope? Do you remember the seemingly small things, a word spoken, a song playing, a friend who came by, that arrived like medicine for your soul? That was no coincidence. That was me. I am the one who watches every step you take, who holds every breath you breathe, and who loves you persistently, no matter how inconsistent you may be. Let the memory of my faithfulness in the past become the anchor of your faith in the present. Let the miracles that have once happened in your life serve as reminders that I am still working, and will continue to work. Even if you cannot see clearly what's ahead, just like before, I will do something new. I will not merely repeat old miracles. I will reveal something far beyond what you have asked or imagined. Because you are mine. You are not forgotten in the crowd. You are not an anonymous soul among millions. You are seen by me, named by me, chosen by me with the divine purpose that I appointed for you before you were ever born. And nothing, no trial, no person, no force, can nullify what I have begun in you. And now, my beloved, I invite you into a new season, a season of deeper trust, of stronger steps, and of fuller living. This is not merely a word of encouragement. It is a call. A call not only to hear, but to rise and walk. Not in a bravery you create, but in the steadfastness that comes from me, the one who gives strength to the weary and power to those with none. In this season, you will see more clearly who I truly am, not only through what I do for you, but through how I transform you. You will see me at work, but even more, you will see me within you, shaping you into the image of Christ, not just in words, but in heart, in actions, and in the way you live. The things that once hurt you will no longer hold you. The memories that once made you afraid will no longer chain you. I will set you free, not just so you can live in freedom, but so that you can become an instrument of freedom for others. Let your faith be more than something you hold. Let it be something you live. Let your trust in me become an invitation for those who have yet to know me. You will be a living testimony, not through loud declarations or outward show, but through the peace in your eyes, the patience in your heart, and the hope in your words. And when others ask, "Why do you still believe?" you will be able to answer not with theory, but with experience, because he has never left me. My beloved child, take my hand and walk forward. Don't wait until everything is perfect to take the next step. It is when you step out in faith that I will level the rough places and open doors no one can shut. Go, because I have gone before you. Believe, because I have promised, and live because I have chosen you for such a time as this, so that through you the world may know that I am the living God. So, my beloved, walk boldly and courageously, not with hardened resolve or outward bravado, but with deep faith. Faith in me, the one who called you, who holds you, and who will never leave you, even if the world changes and everything around you falls apart. Walk forward, not because you understand everything, but because you trust, not because you have every answer, but because you know the one who leads you. You have heard my voice, you have received my word, and now I place within you a mission, not to keep hidden, but to live fully, to spread, to shine as light in a darkened world, to be the salt in a land losing its flavor of hope. Do not hesitate. Do not fear being misunderstood. Do not wait until you feel enough, because enough does not come from you. It comes from me. I am the one who makes you enough. When you walk in obedience, I will provide all that you need at exactly the right time. Not too early, not too late. Not in excess, not in lack. Carry this message, the living word, the unchanging promise, with humility and with boldness. Always remember, what you carry is not human wisdom nor personal opinion. It is my word, anointed, powerful, able to heal and restore broken hearts, able to reveal shattered souls. When you speak, let me speak through you. When you act, let me reveal myself in every step you take. And child, when opposition arises, and it will, remember, I did not call you to live in artificial peace, but to walk in truth, in light, and in the fruitful life I have ordained for you. There will be mocking, there will be gossip, there will be doubt. But do not fear, for my name is upon you, and my protection surrounds you on all sides. When you are misunderstood, I will be your defender. When you are criticized, I will stand with you. When you are weak, I will be your strength. When you are lonely, I will be your unfailing companion. Let every day of your life be a declaration to the world that I am faithful. Let your forgiveness confound others. Let your kindness soften hardened souls. Let your faith awaken hearts that have long grown dry. Let your eyes that once knew pain, but now shine with hope, become a mirror reflecting the grace you have received. Do not underestimate the power of the small things. A timely word, a warm hug, a listening gaze, a prayer for someone else even while you are weary. All of it carries the strength of heaven. You do not need a platform to be used. You do not need to stand out in a crowd to be seen as valuable. You only need to be faithful where you are, with what you have, and I will cause what is small to bear much fruit. And when you feel like collapsing, when the burden wears you down, when you stumble into traps, do not run from me. Run to me. I am not the one waiting to scold. I am the one always extending my arms, always ready to receive you, to lift you, to renew your soul. Do not let failure drown out my call. Do not let lies convince you that you are no longer worthy. None of you were ever worthy, by the world's standards. But it is my love that makes you worthy, and that love never changes. Remember this, when you cannot feel me, I am still there. When you cannot hear me, I am still speaking. When you feel lost, I am the one preparing a path in the wilderness. When you feel held back, I am the one preparing a greater leap forward. Nothing, neither death nor life, neither angels nor powers, neither the present nor the future, can separate you from my love for you. And I do not only love you, I trust you. I have entrusted you with my words, with visions from my heart, with the mysteries of life and hope, not to keep for yourself, but to scatter, to sow, to water the lives of those who are dry and desperate. You are the lamp I have lit in the midst of darkness. You are the messenger of life in a desolate land. You are the bearer of living water to the parched and thirsty. You are the instrument of love in my hand. And I, the Almighty, never place my tools in the wrong hands. So, my child, walk on. Live. Proclaim. Trust. Love. Offer up your whole heart and your life, for it is being written not by chance, but by a glorious design. And above all, engrave this truth deep within your soul, a truth no force can erase. I am always with you, in every breath, in every sleep, in every storm, in every moment of peace, even to the very end of the age. Walk on, my beloved child, for I, yes, I myself, go before you. Now offer me your prayer with all your heart. Almighty God, I come before you with all the honesty that remains in my heart after countless turns, detours, and moments of collapse. There were times I thought I had